hey, I'm taking victory laps, man.
Hey, that was a classic reverse jinx by your boy.
No, classic reverse jinx happened in the Duke, North Carolina game. That was full blown reverse jinx territory. Get in this chat. There is a lot to talk about now.
Oh man, let's get this tweeted to YouTube out.
Ba-da-ba-bum-bum.
Bum 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 bum. Tweet. All right, folks. Oh, we are in for a treat tonight.
Come on, hop in this chat right now. Let's read some chats right now while I'm tweeting this. Well, YouTube's ready to roll. Papa John's, there we go. Let's go from Glenn Beast. This was effort. 2 top 10 wins. Oh my goodness gracious. Once Richie went down, BYU saw 2 ring components. Okay. I love it. Blend Beast, we will get to this chat in a minute. I have spoken to the bracket boys. I have good news.
Oh.
I have good news. Get in this chat. Let's freaking
name droppy,
go.
But all right, that's all right. Everyone tell me their
bracket boys.
I'm just kidding.
I host a bracket show. What are we talking about?
Oh, we get it. Let me guess. It's like your birthday too or something? Oh, it is.
Stop. I knew you were going to do that.
Hey, give me a happy birthday, Karter, in the chat. Come on.
Please.
Come
on. My gosh. Gosh, Jace.
Everyone give me a happy birthday, Karter in the chat, and then everyone give me their opinion on this court storming right now because we'll address it later. But get those juices flowing. I want to know everyone's thoughts on it. Heck yeah. Shoot the rock in here. Let's go, dude.
Dude, what a
big
dub.
win.
What a freaking dub tonight. Oh, let's go. Come on. Oh, I have so much to talk about from this game. Oh, it's going to be glorious. I don't care. Look, it's daylight savings tonight, Chase. I think it's about to switch to like 2 a.m. for me here in like a minute. I don't care. We'll go till 5 a.m. We don't need sleep. It's March now. I ain't sleeping. Oh, baby. I am ready to go, Chase, if you are.
Yeah, getting my stuff tweeted, and let's do it.
I'm going to read some chats. Shout out all the happy birthday. Thank you, fellas. I appreciate that. We should never have another court storm at BYU. Embarrassing. I agree. I did not like that. Someone's asking how many spanks in the chat. I don't like that. Let's
Hey, he's got a point. Was this 2-4? Is it 2-5? 2-5 spanks? 2-4?
All right. 2-6.
2-6?
Unk status. Officially.
Unk status. Can I be the one
All
to
right.
do it? All right, let's get started.
Let's get started. This is getting weird. All right. Boom.
We're in a good mood, folks.
We needed it. All right, you ready, Chase?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. 3, 2, 1. We're live. We're live right now on the Field of 68 Podcast Network YouTube channel. BYU, Texas Tech. BYU takes them down in the final game of the regular season. Senior night, number 10, Texas Tech goes down. BYU 82, Texas Tech 76. There is so many ways to go about this, Chase. There are so many individual players to talk about. There's so much to talk about as a collective team. But yet, selfishly, I believe we should start with an apology from the Chase Rogers camp.
Yeah, PR went ahead and drafted me a statement. Specifically for me, you could talk about your statement later on, just after mine. Mine will be quick. Here's it started. There's rumors swirling that I did not believe in BYU heading into this game. In fact, there might have been an AI version of my voice on the preview pod saying that BYU had no chance, and we deny all allegations. If anything, it was a reverse jinx, and go Cougs. That's all PR had to say. I can't say anything else on the matter, but that's pretty much it. That's my statement.
My statement is shout out Nathan Hot Takes in the comments on the preview. We repent in April. So we're chilling. I said BYU was going to come in and win this game. They brought the effort from the jump, Chase. I texted you like a minute into the game. I go, oh, they're fighting over screens. You saw Moo Davis. He was locked in defensively from the start, especially him. Rob Wright was fighting over screens. You saw it immediately from the jump. And when BYU would go, even when they went down 10 at one point in the first, they were down double digits. When they were down 8, closing into halftime and everything, I was watching this game and I go, I still feel confident in this BYU team as long as they maintain the same level of effort and energy on the floor. They're going to be in this game, and Texas Tech is eventually going to cool down. The altitude is going to get to the Red Raiders, and then we saw that slowly throughout this game. Texas Tech went in this game, Chase. They shot 45% from three and made 16 threes in this game, and BYU went 6 of 26 and still won this ball game. There's two sides of this. You can say it's frustrating. BYU hasn't shown effort and what they're capable. You clearly see what they're capable of in games like Texas Tech and Iowa State. But Chase, from this win and what I said in the preview, and it is very much true going forward now, I'm buying into this team going into March Madness because I asked this one question. I said this one thing. You need to show it against Texas Tech. If they have any semblance of fight, if they have anything left in them, they will show it in this game against Texas Tech. They've been playing down to competition. Clearly, that is what we've seen. Look, I don't know how far they'll go in Kansas City. Frankly, I don't care. But when you go into March Madness, the amount of teams that are on a downward trajectory going into this tournament as well, the individual talent BYU has, if they come in with that same level of effort, they can beat so many of these teams on any given night. And we've seen it against Iowa State now, and we've seen it against Texas Tech. I'm fine buying into this team going into March Madness because I actually believe they will have that level of effort.
I think this just affirms kind of what we've been thinking for a while now, and that is that BYU can legitimately beat anyone. They can also legitimately lose to not anyone, but they can lose to inferior opponents on a frankly regular basis because that's what they were doing up until this point. But seeing them knock off 2 top 10 teams, yes, it was in Provo, but the way that they did it has just confirmed to me everything that we thought about this team. And it just confirmed all we needed from this team. Karter, all we needed was effort. If you guys just care and you show up and you play hard, look what happens. The last 2 times we've seen this, you knocked off top 10 teams and some of the best in the conference and handled some of the best shooters, and you weathered a crazy 3-point storm from Texas Tech, and Iowa State had. That's all we needed. It makes me feel I'm a little bit this just makes me feel so crazy and like stupid that this has been in here the whole time, and all you were asking for is for you guys to just go 100% like these nights, no more nights off. But when they do, then we have what we saw against UCF, West Virginia, all these things that we can forget about now, because as soon as they showed effort, guess what? Awesome win against Texas Tech. And they deserve to win it.
And this is why you still kept holding out a little bit of hope going forward as we were doing these these pods when they were losing. It's like, if they bring the effort, then we know what they're capable of. And it just reaffirms that tonight, like you were saying. I want to talk about some individual performances tonight. Let's start off with here. He wasn't scoring the most. He wasn't by anywhere. He's not going to show up on the box score. But Hadim Boop, I love the energy he was bringing. Even BYU clipped it off. He's sitting there clapping, bringing the energy. He just has that dog mentality you have to have on a basketball team, on a winning basketball team. He's bringing it, and this team needed it so bad. Now, other guys like Moo, Rob, AJ, they all brought it from the jump defensively. Yeah. Were there some lapses? Sure, that happens. That's basketball. But at the same time, they were still fighting. They brought it from the jump and everything. But Boop maintained that level of energy coming into this game. He earned himself a heck of a lot more playing time, and he better be back in a BYU jersey next season.
It's really special to see. Look, I know that we spent a lot of time talking about Hadim Boop. He's still limited a lot, not great with the ball in his hand, doesn't have amazing touch. But that he, to me, was the most valuable player on the court, hands down. Rob Wright was amazing. Moo Davis stepped up in big ways, and we'll talk about all those guys.
We'll talk about Rob plenty.
We'll talk about Rob Wright. And some of you people, some of our chat is going to need some PR statements.
Yeah, I'm going to say we need some apologies from a lot of the chats right now.
Yeah, but we'll get to that. Boop to me was the MVP simply because it's so obvious that this team, to be good, just needs to have energy and effort. When they do, they can beat anyone. And he brings that in every sense on both ends of the floor. Like him picking up Christian Anderson 94 feet for like 12 minutes straight. He got no breather. They went no other center. They went big with Kada and him at the 4. Then Kada hurts his calf or whatever it is. And it's like, okay, Boscovich got to be in it. Boop, you're kind of pretty much playing the 5 right now. He had 0 break. He switched onto every guard, and everyone did that. Shout out to Kada for switching. Rob Wright had an impeccable effort on defense. He wasn't perfect, I know, but when you're playing, 40 minutes and also handling the ball, I thought he was awesome on that end. But Hadim Boop started all of that. He started all of that, and it transforms this team in a way that you can't quantify on a stat sheet. And that's the reason BYU won. Was that energy, man, and it's contagious, and everyone started to feel it. And that lineup at the end with Rob, AJ, Moo, Hadim, and Kada was just full of, this is the attitude we need. Like every one of those guys believed that they could win, that they would win, that they were the best, and they had the energy, and it showed both ends of the floor and got it done.
Yeah, I was honestly shocked with, certain matchups early on in that first half of who was guarding Christian Anderson. And shout out Kevin Young and staff for adapting in this game and putting the bigger guys on Anderson later on, because that size really affected him later in this game. And that's why, like you said, that's why I wanted to start with Hadim Boop, because his ability to switch from anybody on the floor 1 through 5 was huge tonight. His rebounding, his effort all over the floor. But let's talk about Rob Wright. A lot of people need to apologize in our chat right now, because Rob Wright was,
I got a pen for you,
phenomenal. He was unbelievable. Yes, I get the chat's frustration because he wasn't all that engaged the last 3 games, but a lot of this team wasn't all that engaged in the last 3 games. That's why when people keep talking about, we don't need Rob next season. Oh, Rob, he's one of the best point guards in the country. Especially when he's locked in, focused, and ready to go. Chase, I was losing my mind. He should have. How many assists did he end up finishing with? He finished
only
with 2 assists. He should have finished with 8 tonight, at least. The amount of missed open shots BYU was clanking, especially in the first half, off Rob Wright passes. And then it got to a point where he's like, I'm just going to keep taking it myself to the basket. And he was finishing well tonight. He's fantastic. I want to see him in a BYU jersey next season as well.
Just a complete command of the floor.
Yes.
Robert Wright has. You feel so safe when he has the ball in his hands. He knew exactly what he was doing tonight. He made the perfect decision in transition. And a lot of it was just him being aggressive. Shot 9 free throws, made all 9 of them. 27 points on 9 of 17 shooting. Didn't even make a 3. Obviously wasn't his night for that. 6 rebounds. And again, I thought his defense was really solid. I know it wasn't perfect. I know he got burned, but for a guy playing 40 minutes and also, again, taking the ball up every possession, I thought he was awesome and showed a lot of heart on that end of the floor. Here's a big thing too, Karter. 0 turnovers. In fact, BYU as a team, 3 turnovers. That's it. And when you do that and you take care of the basketball, it starts with Robert Wright, and that is who he is. And that's who we've been seeing, and that's what we were defending, even in some of those dark moments and some of the slow starts. And we understand that too. We're giving y'all a hard time about apologizing, but there's really no other point guard I'd rather have play for BYU than Rob Wright. And this tonight just proves it.
I'm glad you brought up the command of the offense too, because I also think it helps. They were playing to his speed tonight, where he playing up and down fast, getting up. Like the second the ball came off the basket, find Rob and go. And that's how BYU needs to be playing. And once again, obviously it all starts on the defensive end. We're a broken record at this point. But at the same time, it's like when Rob is how fast he is, when he gets out in transition, dude, the defense was on skates tonight. These dudes looked terrified when he had the ball in his hands going 1-on-1. He was shaking dudes out of their shoes, Chase.
And this is what happens when you push it, especially against a team like Texas Tech, who's not a high tempo team. They shoot a lot of long shots, which is long rebounds, lets them get back on defense quick, and all that stuff. When you push it and you let Rob go to work, and you have command of the offense, defense is on its heels. They get tired quicker, like you said. The altitude played a factor, and no one could stay in front of Robert Wright all night long. And he was awesome finishing around the rim. It obviously helps when he makes those shots. I know he's had some troubles before. We talk about if Rob could only finish. Well, tonight he did. And tonight, scoring wise, carried BYU completely. And it was a big reason they won. And it feels like he got his swag back. I feel like this whole team got their swag back a little bit.
Yeah, they did. From Alex Beach, he said the reason Tech almost came back is because we slowed the offense down to waste clock.
Yeah, I mean, I texted you immediately. Like, I don't like the AJ possession where it's just him at the top of the key. BYU is always going to be at its best when it moves the ball and moves quickly. I know AJ is incredible in ISO. I think he got fouled in that possession anyway, and I maybe went 1 for 2 or made both free throws. But that's what happens when you slow it down. I know they were playing a little scared, and obviously I think our chests were getting a little tight there, and like, oh my gosh, they're going to blow this.
But they also missed some easy shots. Like, that was kind of a bigger story from tonight where I look back on where it's like, BYU just missed so many easy shots. But even when you miss easy shots, you can make up for it in effort. Tonight was the greatest example of that we've seen all season long. You can point to Iowa State. I think tonight was even greater. A team shot made 10 more threes than you, shot a very efficient percentage, and we're making them back right after another. And then you still won this game. And honestly, I thought BYU really controlled this game extremely well. Who's another individual player you want to mention?
Kada. I mean, again, I think all 5 of those lineups, all 5 players in that one lineup I mentioned deserve a big shout out. Kada was awesome tonight. I know it's been a rough season, especially the last 2 months for Kada. We talked about it like kind of on our preview. We talked about our favorite moments. He just has so many because he's just a highlight reel, and he brings that attitude, man. I really hope whatever he went out with, like on his left leg there or whatever it was, isn't serious. Hopefully it was kind of a cramp or maybe just a tweak or something, because his energy on defense, his 6 offensive rebounds. BYU as a team had 20 offensive rebounds. You want to talk about effort? You want to talk about heart? Like hitting the glass, and he led the charge on that. I thought he finished great at the rim tonight. 4 or 5, 9 points. I know he didn't shoot great from the free throw line, but him just being assertive, and when he grabs those rebounds, just going straight up, being ready for passes, a lot better than he was last game when AJ just doinked one off his head. I think that was probably an emphasis in practice. Like, he was looking for the ball. Defensively, seeing him step out 35 feet whenever there was a switch, and not once did he back down from it. I know that last Christian Anderson 3, which was filthy, the Kada kind of, his leg just gave out and he wasn't able to extend to contest it. But other than that, I mean, to see the guy of that size and frame holding his own, like legitimately, if you're a guard, right, you get a center on you. It's okay, I'm backing up and then I'm going to be able to blow by this guy, or he's going to back up like crazy. He's going to give me an open shot. Christian Anderson couldn't get by him because he's just that athletic, that quick on his feet, and he's that good of a defender. And we hadn't seen this level of like effort. Like, this doesn't happen a month ago with Kada. Like, I just don't think he has the juice to do it. But because the crowd, the home senior night, Hadim Boop, top 10 team, all these things came into play, and they just actually showed up. Like, that energy translated to both ends of the floor. I thought it was just a great way for him to end his career in the Marriott Center. Just give us one last vintage Kada performance. He was great.
He was fantastic. And one thing that jumps out to me immediately is I see 35 minutes next to Kada's name. I'm like, I don't know if I've seen it. No, you have not seen that all season long. This is the second time all season he has touched the 30-minute mark. Last time was at Arizona a few weeks ago. He played 30 minutes. This is by far and away the most he's played all season long. And I love Kevin Young just sticking with his guys in the big moments, just saying, hey, this lineup's working. You guys are flying all over the floor. Let's not change it up. Let's not screw it up. Like, I think Kostic was fine, whatever. I think you can use him in different moments. Diamande came in and played spot minutes there at towards the end a little bit. I thought Kevin Young did a phenomenal job managing the minutes tonight.
Absolutely, 100% agree. And the last person we need to shout out is Moo Davis, who in the first 10 minutes, I was thinking not nice thoughts about Kennard Davis Jr.
You weren't the one thinking not nice
I-
thoughts. Fran Fraschilla was the one spitballing not nice thoughts to everybody listening. I mean, my gosh, man. Like, look, I get look, the way it was going and everything. Fine. I'm not gonna like crap on Fran. I was just like more surprised. I'm like, I have never heard a commentator go after a player that he's calling a game for like that. It was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm kind of glad he said what we were all thinking, because starting 0 for 5, and it was clearly like, look, Grant McCasland told his players, Texas Tech, this guy you can leave open. We're not worried about him. In fact, we're not worried about pretty much anyone on BYU, and it was working. They started off like 1 for 11 from 3. They only ended up making 6 of them, and that was the strategy. And it was working. And Texas Tech got out to a 13-point lead because they were making their threes, and BYU couldn't make anything, and they were all wide open, good looks. And we're thinking, Moo Davis, like, is this dude ever going to hit a shot? This is insane. But shout out to him for sticking with it. Shout out to Kevin Young. It might be just a necessity thing, but like you said, stuck with his guys, and they're clearly telling Moo, like, we need you, dude. Played 37 minutes tonight. Started off 0 for 5 from 3. Since then, 4 or 5. And some of them were massive in that second half, like real
especially
responses.
the last one.
Yeah.
The one that rolled in.
Yeah. It bricked it in. And BYU had to have it. Who cares? It was in. And we talk about it all the time. The second Moo makes a shot, guess what he does on defense? He becomes Lou Dort, and he turns into these type of cats. He started out that way tonight, which I got to give him credit for. But in that second half, he was a different type of man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say, I give him a lot of credit too, because even when the shots weren't falling in that first half, I think he was still playing pretty freaking good defense tonight. The exact quote for people listening afterwards that maybe had it on mute or maybe didn't hear Fran Fraschilla, one of the exact quotes he said early on in the game, Moo Davis missed a wide open 3 early on. He goes, Davis has to hit shots. He's making too much money not to make shots. And then there was about 6 more comments after that in the next 5 minutes of game time. You're like, holy crap, that were in that same vein. So
I wasn't going to shut Fran up. He responded. Good for him to finally see the ball go through the hoop. He played phenomenal defense. He brought energy himself. 2 big offensive boards that ended up in points. Plus 17, Karter, by far the best on the team. We're going to go ahead and chalk that up as to one that fits our narrative. Moo Davis was great tonight after an abysmal start. Like, could not have been worse.
Yeah, great for him, man. Really, really happy for him. And Fran also said on the broadcast too, it's like once he started making those shots, it's like, yeah, because when you do that kind of stuff on the other end of the court, eventually that other stuff on the offensive end just finds its way.
Yeah. And it's so obvious that BYU needs Moo Davis. They absolutely need him on both ends of the floor. They do need him to make shots. And then they do need him to guard the best player and to be a menace. You and I both talked about he went for that kind of steal when Anderson had his back turned, and he ended up being a foul because it's just the way that Anderson turned at the time. But I love that play. Just like seeing Moo like be aggressive and be a little bit more like, this is my end of the floor, and I could kind of cause havoc and roam a little bit and do that. It didn't work out exactly on that one specific play, but I think it paid dividends for the entire game. BYU needs Moo Davis to be good if they're going to win these type of games, and if they're going to make any sort of run. They absolutely 100% need Moo Davis. 37 minutes, it's not going to go down at all. He's an on the court all the time guy now because of injuries or whatever. Like, they just have to have him. And if he plays like this, BYU's in a really good spot.
Absolutely. And let's talk about AJ quickly. AJ went 8 of 25 tonight, 1 of 6 from 3. Had 4 assists, 6 rebounds. I thought AJ was fine tonight. It wasn't AJ's best game by any means. There's a reason why we mentioned the other people first to talk about this game. But I thought he was playing great where he was finding open guys when he needed to. I thought he missed a couple shots he normally makes and a couple just unlucky rollouts from the rim. And also, the free throws. His free throws. I know he went 4 of 6 tonight, so like not awful or anything, but like I still don't have confidence when he gets to the free throw line.
I never think he's making it. Like they always hit the rim.
Yeah,
They always hit the rim.
Yeah, but anyhow, he would love to play in Maui, man, just to see those soft rims just roll in. But anyhow, he won't be here.
Wasn't a
next
big
year.
AJ game. I will say though, he should have probably had like double-digit assists. I thought he was really seeing the floor well. The first 5 from like Moo all came from AJ doubles or just getting clogged in the paint. And they just couldn't make it. I thought AJ started forcing it after that because he kind of was like, no one's making shots here. Then the second half, I think he kind of reset and gained some confidence in some of these other guys. And also when it counted the most, like really counted, he hit those like massive and one jumpers. Yep. And that's what's so good about AJ is when the game gets tight and when it's like really crunch time, you need a bucket. I just feel like he comes through far more often than not.
Yeah, and just like the plays where like he missed his own shot, followed his shot, got that offensive rebound, put it back up, like clutch plays like that. And that's why I love him as the number 1 pick in the draft. His number 1, his motor, and it never died at any time tonight, even when the shots weren't falling, even when he wasn't getting the calls. And you know what, Chase? In the last 3 games, West Virginia, UCF, and Cincinnati, AJ was really, really foul hunting in those games and really, really looking for the whistle more than anything. And tonight, I didn't necessarily feel like he was trying that as much as those games. I thought he got a real tough whistle tonight, definitely more than those games before. And then later on in the game, I'm like, a couple of those, I'm like, I don't know about all that. The refs are just guessing with him, dude. They're just like, yeah, okay, we think that's one.
I thought KY did a really good job. We talked about it, how like you need to be in the ref's ear. I got our guy Doug, resident referee in the chat, talked about how that does make an impact. You can get on the refs to help them make it. And in the second half, when it counted, right, they started to be like, oh yeah, Christian Anderson, you're all over this dude. Like we have to call that. And he got Atwell on a pump fake one time, and it started to finally be a little bit adjusted. I give credit to KY for that. And I also think you're right. The refs were awful tonight. I think on both ends, like we benefited the over the back by hitting Boop that ended up being a jump ball. BYU didn't end up scoring, so it's like kind of whatever, but it did run off 20 more seconds. What an awful call. I mean, I'm pretty ticked if I'm a Texas Tech fan, but as a BYU fan, I'm also pretty ticked that I feel like AJ probably should have shot like 20 free throws tonight. Like the Big 12 as a whole has started officiating him differently because he's just that good, and tonight was pretty bad. But I don't care. A win's a win.
Win's a win. I don't care either. And they needed this one so bad. And look, did it do anything for the Big 12 tournament seeding? No. They were locked into the 10. It was BYU Kansas State from the moment you probably woke up this morning. And so it doesn't matter. 7 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. But it does help with the NCAA tournament, Chase, because right now, if you're looking at BYU, a lot of these brackets are going to have BYU on that 7 line right now. They were on the high end of the 7 line. I think this win puts BYU just hanging on a thread at the 6 seed line. I think a lot of bracketologists are going to put them on the 6. If you compare their resumes and everything, they have 2 really, really, really good wins now against Iowa State and Texas Tech. And especially, I know this Texas Tech team is without JT Toppin, and that obviously does make a big old difference, especially because Toppin and Texas Tech beat this BYU team already this season. But they've looked good without him to this point anyways, so this is still going to look great. I think this puts BYU on the 6th line. They cannot have a disaster in Kansas City. They got to win Tuesday against Kansas State, and I think they got to win Wednesday against West Virginia. If they do that, I think they hold on to that 6th seed, Chase.
Yeah, it's crazy to think. Crazy to think after the stinkers and the skids for a solid month now, right? It's not just these past 3. Like Iowa State was a good breakup, but I think that's what happens when you have a pretty good non-con, and then these quad 1A wins go a massive way, and I think bracketologists and eventually the selection committee likes to bump you up for good wins more than they like to bring you down. And BYU's losses were never like on paper and net wise even that bad. Like the majority of them were quad 1. So it really, really never hurt you. And so these type of wins, legit quad 1A against Texas Tech, is massive. I think bumps them up, and I think you're right. They're hanging lower 6, and if they win those 2 games, Big 12 tournament, I think we see BYU as a 6 seed, which is just crazy to think based on how we felt 48 hours ago.
Yep. Only at this point, shout out Cosmos Adderall in the chat. He said, "Real talk, I feel so bad for Tech.
Yeah.
That was a Final Four caliber team with Toppin. I'll go even further. I think they could have won the national championship with JT Toppin. I think that was their ceiling.
Look at that. I mean, look at them. I mean, Anderson's unbelievable. Atwell's one of the best shooters I've ever seen.
Shout out UNC Greensboro.
Petty was hitting like he's the reason BYU never pulled away. That kid's a freshman, like hitting just like step back jumpers over like Dom and stuff. And you add Toppin to the mix, like, yeah, this team's awesome. It really, 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 really sucks what happened to Toppin. It sucks what happened to Richie Saunders. Sucks what happens to Caleb Wilson. I mean, injuries are just the worst. And there's definitely going to be a big what if season for Texas Tech. Because I think with Toppin, yeah, it's a national title caliber team by far.
Yeah, it does suck. And even then tonight, without him, Grant McCaslin, he's a freaking good coach, man. Like,
it's unbelievable. He's so good.
They
had this 2 little, like, I mean, this is their second loss in a row. It's a weird skid for them. Good news for them, like it doesn't do anything like for their seeding or anything in either tournament, Big 12 or NCAA. So they get to kind of just regroup for March.
Even if they stay on the 4 line, or say they get dropped to the 5, which I don't think will even happen, 4-5 in the tournament, it's the same deal.
Yeah, this was a quad 1 loss for them. Like they weren't even favored in this game, which we all thought was crazy at the time. Vegas knows what's up, man.
Shout out Zion in the chat. He said,
Zion.
Good wins, plural. Duke beat Carolina tonight. Whew. I was feeling, I was not feeling good for a second. Carolina, when we brought that in,
Carter was sending some concerning texts, folks.
Very concerning texts. I was very worried, and I'm still nervous. I'm still not happy, but we'll see with injury news and everything coming out. But beating Carolina always feels good.
Yeah, beating Carolina always feels good. Andrew Franklin points on that. BYU 6 seed 3 tourneys in a row. Which is
that's actually kind of wild,
especially with like how different they all were.
And also, this one feels like the one they're definitely properly seeded. You could make an argument for the last 2.
Last year should have been a 5 seed, but they had to because of they were ranked as a 5 seed, but because of the Saturday rule.
Same thing happened with the Pope team too.
Whatever. Right. So those teams technically were seated higher than what this team's going to be.
Everyone's saying I was depressed on Twitter during that Duke game. Yeah, I was feeling.
You were.
Man, hey, I reverse jinxed it. We're fine. Duke won 76-61. Spanked.
He was depressed in real life too, folks, not just on Twitter. But
it was what was it, like 40? It was like 44-47. Then all of a sudden, 10 minutes later, poof, 71-47, 46. Crazy. But anyhow. Back to BYU stuff. Let's get into the chat real quick.
Let's go full chats. Everyone, I know we've had a ton that we just kind of skipped over. So if you feel like you had a good one, go ahead and send it again because we're not scrolling back through this.
Let's go to your brother-in-law real quick. Kevin Young did a phenomenal job with how he spreads things out on offense and defense. But the best thing he did was keeping Bosco out for most of the game and not giving Pito a single minute. I think it was just so matchup dependent tonight where I don't think those guys were great matchups, and Boop and Kada were flying all over the floor. Like it wasn't a matter of like with Bosco, especially where it's like, it was a matter of like, he wasn't good enough to play in this game. It was a matter of you better not take Boop or Kada off the floor. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
100%. Yeah. I think Pito was, I don't know about the injury and stuff. But maybe it was matchup dependent, but maybe he just was pretty hurt and he wasn't going to play at all. But yeah, this is what needed to happen. Boop needed to play 26 minutes. He should always be playing 25 plus minutes. We've been saying that for a long time.
Yep.
And Kada needed to play 35 minutes. Like they don't win if they don't do that. So shout out KY for recognizing that in those matchups. But hey, man, Bosco tried to have his moment. All right. He tried to have a step back 3 to ice it and rattled out.
He's got bigger guts than I do. Because
hey man, the best teenager on planet Earth's right next to you. But go ahead and let that thing fly. It's senior night.
Oh, actually, yeah, it's senior night. It's like, what do I have to lose? Let that thing fly. Jack brings up an interesting point. BYU big moment merchants. Can't believe how excited I am for the tournament.
BMM.
They're,
I mean,
they're
it's
full.
just
Hey,
a great line.
they're fully adapting into this NBA philosophy of sleepwalking through the regular season. We're going to turn it on come playoffs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Who cares about games in February? Yuck.
Yeah. Who cares? Yeah, unless the game started on March 7th through April 5th. Like, that's all I care about.
All I care about. I tell you what, folks, I'm telling you, if BYU keeps winning here, you won't even remember who they lost to. You will forget all about these games.
You will. That Cincinnati loss will be for a long lost memory. It'll be in the same vein as the Cincinnati loss of last year that nobody remembers.
Exactly.
We're
getting some good
and
chats,
Adam Kelly said, we need to talk about how big Rob Wright stepped up on the defensive end tonight. We mentioned it earlier, but he brought it tonight, man. He really did, and we need to start seeing that a lot more.
We need to. I know it's hard, man. They're asking so much of him. There hasn't been a backup point guard on this team at all. He's supposed to have Nate Pickens to come in and weather the storm whenever he was gone, but Kevin Young, like, you cannot be gone. You cannot. We beat you. But a valiant effort from him. It wasn't perfect, but it's a great point.
Yeah, Rob, Bruce Branch. I mean, Hadim Boop. I mean, bring Boop back. I don't care.
Don't even get me.
Yeah.
Don't. What did Stephen A. Smith said? Don't get me fantasizing. Salivate.
Going back to the chat here, Blend Beast. But we stopped the Texas Tech lose. I'll go back to the original one. He said, I was doing so hard once Tech tied it, not going to lie, but we stopped the Tech losing streak. No one beats BYU basketball 5 times in a row.
No one beats basketball, football, basketball.
Field hockey.
They do not get that 7th win in basketball. Never. That's right.
Yeah.
We really did break the curse, though. Texas Tech had our number. That is big time.
Yeah.
It finally happened.
Got him this time. Blend B said, simplifying the defense really helped our guys. I hope we keep that up. Stop making our guys think and let them play. Thoughts on that?
I think it's a great comment, and I absolutely agree. I texted you at one point when they just were doing too much. It led to like a wide open Atwell 3. And I was like, look, just play man-to-man. Switch these screens.
Yep.
I think you have your most athletic lineup on the floor. There's a reason and Boop was playing and Kada was out there. And there's a reason you took Kostic out in this game. All right. That was the reason. So let them just play, man. Like, let's see what these guys are amazing 3-point shooters. Okay. What can they do off the dribble? And they still had some good moments. And like I said, Petty was the reason BYU didn't run away with it off the dribble. But like Anderson didn't do a whole lot going to the basket. And Atwell is a complete zero once he gets inside the 3-point line. So I thought it was a really good point of just, simplifying it. I wish they'd stop helping on the strong freaking side, but that's a conversation for another time.
That is a conversation for another time. But also, I was kind of surprised Texas Tech didn't really I know Rob played much better defense tonight, so obviously it doesn't help as much, but I was really surprised that they didn't go after Rob as much as I thought they would have. Like, and even with BYU switching everything, I think BYU did a really good job of making sure, hey, the second making sure Rob doesn't get stuck into a situation where, Lawan Watts is in the low post against him. That happened one time, and I think that was probably the only time all game that actually happened. And Texas Tech wasn't able to get there with that. And that was credit to BYU's defense and getting when they would, they would do that little trap on Christian Anderson early on to get the ball out of his hands, and BYU recovered super well on a lot of those too. And once again, it all just stems from effort. So,
effort. Yeah, well said.
Yeah. I'll get the chats. Yeah, I'll get the chats.
I can get the chats. Frick.
Hot take for next year: Kostic grows into a Richie type role. If he stays, I think he has all the tools.
Yeah, interesting. They were running those out of bound plays for Kostic. That's the first 3 he made. I mean, that's the Richie play, and the Richie feasted on that for years. He just needs to be a bit quicker on defense, and I think he'll be all right. He had that one drive where he just like chucked in that that bucket, which was lucky, but it's good to see him also go to the basket a little bit. I think he's got good touch around the rim. He's got a little bit more of like a floater, kind of like a 10-foot jumper thing that I think that works. And like he's like made 14 threes in his last 3 or 4 games. Like he's a legit shooter, and he needs to keep working, but I think he can do up in that role for sure.
Yeah, I think it can be tough at times, especially like especially depending on how dynamic the guards are you're going against. It can be tough with him and Rob on the floor at the same time. I think you can mismatch Hunt quite a bit with those two on the floor. But also, like, he can shoot the ball well. We've seen it in a bunch of these games now. He also has a little bit more that he can put the ball on the ground than early Richie stuff, where like early Richie stuff, it's like straight beeline, you're going straight to the basket. That was really it. That kind of developed over time. I think he's got that in him, but the quickness just isn't there is the issue.
Yeah, people are talking about, they're making good points, like the defense and like being able to be a presence on that end of the floor is going to be big. Report from Cosmos Adderall, shout out Adderall. KY is apparently saying Rob was puking in the huddles. Crazy night for him. And if that's true, that's awesome. And I
can we hear why?
With my life. I mean, maybe he's sick. I don't know. A little flu game going, or maybe he just was playing. He's played so much effort on defense. He's just was throwing up. That's awesome, though.
You want to hear a crazy stat from tonight, Chase? I'm looking at it right now.
Please.
BYU points in the paint, 48. Texas Tech.
Let me guess. 18.
14.
Woo. Wow.
That goes right into our preview, man. Like, it nailed everything. Our preview nailed everything across the board. What it would take for a BYU, and I'm going to pat ourselves on the back again. I mean, just talking about not settling for a lot of jump shots. I don't think they settled for a bunch. I think they just missed wide open shots in this game, and then continuing to get downhill, put the defense on their heels, and then bring the effort. That's all it takes for this team. They can beat almost anyone in the country.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it means.
Yeah.
Preston says, great win for the Cougs tonight. However, if Caleb Wilson plays tonight, UNC takes that dub against Duke. Carter.
If Pat Gongba and Caleb Foster got to play the full game, I don't think we're talking about that same story.
No, I think he's joking. Caleb Wilson could have played, and Duke would have won.
They would have been a 14.5-point favorite even with Caleb Wilson playing. Get out of here.
Adam's saying that's what playing defense for the first time all season will do to you. Talking about Rob Wright throwing up.
That kind of got me. I'm not going to lie.
That's a good one. Let's see here. Adam also says Christian Anderson will see him boop in his nightmares. You could tell he hated being guarded by him. Yeah, I would hate it too.
It felt like the Devin Booker video when he got double teamed, where every time Christian Anderson saw Boop, he was like, "Bro, come on, like get out of here, stop, like why are you doing that?"
Yeah, like dude, really?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Get your chats and get takes in questions.
Yeah, here's a question for you, Mr. Bracketologist.
Let's do it.
Does our head-to-head win over Wisconsin potentially bump us to that last 6 line over them? Blowout already has them as 6 right now, or does head-to-head not matter? Carter?
Yes, it does matter, and this win helps a lot. I will double-check Wisconsin's resume as I pull it up here, but the issue is with comparing it to Wisconsin is they have some really, really nice wins with at Michigan, probably the best win out of anybody in college basketball this year. You have at Illinois, home Michigan State. Those are our elite wins. So if it does become a neck and neck type thing with the resumes, BYU, the head-to-head thing will boost BYU, even if it's not totally head-to-head. I think we see BYU on the 6th line as long as they don't blow up in Kansas City, which no guarantees.
No guarantees. I think if it's really, really close, then yeah, they go, wait, these guys played each other, and then they would look and go, okay, it was neutral site. Neutral site is in quotations because it was at the Delta Center, but technically it's a neutral site, and BYU won by 30. I think that would probably do something. We get to also to count like the teams look different then. Like BYU had 2 of its best scorers then, and now they don't, and all that stuff. But
yeah.
Here we go. Yeah, we're getting some good chats now.
Oh,
CJ
and
Smith
also
says,
their win
go
today
ahead.
against Purdue. Sorry, I forgot to mention their win today against Purdue as well.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they won at Purdue. Good golly.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I don't know if we
they
have
might be on
Wisconsin.
the 5 seed line. I'll have to get more research on that one.
Yeah, that's an incredible one. CJ Smith says, with that kind of defensive effort and even just average shooting nights, we can be extremely dangerous. 6 to 26 from deep and still winning is kind of wild. Yeah, and against Iowa State, BYU did the same thing. I think they shot like 19% from three, still got the win. It's clear that that's not their strength, but imagine if they just shot. You look at BYU's average on the season, it isn't. We looked it up, Carter. It's like 36, 37%, and you're like, how? Like what? Like I feel like they are only making 4 of these a game. Like it's crazy, but the stats don't lie. But in these games that they are winning, to CJ's point, they're missing a bunch of threes and still getting it done. That's what defense does. That's what transition does.
Absolutely. Let's get back to some chats. Oh, Jack in the chat. Hold up. Kansas City tickets looking at me like the Green Goblin mask.
Oh no.
Do not go.
He canceled his trip and now he's having regrets.
Do not go. It's not worth it.
Hey, Jack. No. Don't go.
Unless you want
save the money for save the money for March Madness.
Yeah, I agree.
Go ahead and buy it then.
Give Boop a blank check and keys to the city.
Yeah. Key to my heart. Alex says, what does your ideal Big 12 tourney run look like for BYU? I think it's win the first 2. You got to beat Kansas State. If they lose that one, then we're right back to where we started. And then you got to kind of show us and prove a little bit something against West Virginia, man. A little bit of a get back. And if they can do that and be impressive in that game, I think that's all you need to do. No need to feel stressed about going and beating Houston, who will have been rested, and you'll be playing your 3rd game in a row, all that stuff. But I think winning the first 2 is my ideal run, Carter.
Yeah, absolutely. Win Kansas State. It should not be close. Kansas State's already booked their trips to Cancun, and they're done with the season. I mean, you're giving up 104 points to Kansas today. And then West Virginia, you're going against a very hungry, a very desperate, a West Virginia team that's hanging on for dear life to try and make the NCAA tournament. That's going to be a tough game. And then the game against Houston, if you do somehow win the West Virginia game, man, we could play the bench for all I care. Just get out of that game healthy and alive, and let's get home.
Jared McGregor, come on down.
Let's make it look. I want to see the same rotations we saw in the Nebraska preseason game.
Yeah, exactly. They wouldn't do that, but that'd be ideal. That'd be ideal. No need to put extra wear and tear on these guys.
From Blend BC said, I also seem to remember the tournament has a tighter whistle. Is that generally true? Yes, for the most part, the NCAA tournament officials will swallow whistle. It just depends, though, because you look back at Houston's run last year. A lot of those games they swallow their whistle when it gets more physical into a dogfight like that. But then you point to BYU Wisconsin last year. I think we watched 400,000 fouls in that game.
Yeah,
game by game basis.
Padilla will find a way to ref every game BYU plays. I don't know how he's going to do it. He's just going to find a way. Every big game that we're excited to watch, he's going to find a way to be there. But I think generally they do have a tighter whistle. AJ should be getting a lot of calls. Andrew with a good question, Carter. We had the same feeling after the Iowa State game. Then we got whooped 3 in a row. What's different this time?
That's a phenomenal question by our guy, Andrew. I think what's different this time is it's actual tournament time.
Yep.
It's March. This is when it actually matters. This is when it's time to actually step up and play. And these are the games that truly, truly matter. And once again, it kind of goes back to what we're saying. It shouldn't be this way. You shouldn't play any games this way. But human nature sits in. Look, we're not going to think about West Virginia, Cincinnati, and UCF if BYU makes it to the second weekend of the tournament.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. The big difference is there is no 3-game stretch of unranked, meaningless games. Meaningless is a loose word, but now you're playing championship basketball,
Yep.
In a sense. And so hopefully that keeps them locked in. Or they could, just lay out a stinker and this could just be how this team is. But hoping that they actually are thinking about March and getting locked in. Let's see. Blend B says, I have Elite 8 as our ceiling, but we beat Iowa State and Tech with fairly average AJ games. Where is our ceiling for y'all?
I would go Elite 8 as well.
Yeah. That's very safe. And that's ceiling. That's not what we expect. It's not what we're predicting. Ceiling for this team, the best I think they can do is make an Elite 8 run. If they get really hot, AJ's out of his mind, and Moo really finds his 3-point shot and all that stuff, and they play amazing defense. Like Elite 8's the best they can do.
Yeah, I'm looking right here. So yeah, I would go Elite 8 because I'm looking at some of the bracketology stuff right now. Like the 2-seed matchup I probably like best for BYU is Michigan State. I think that because Michigan State's really not going to beat you from beyond the arc and everything. The matchups really have to work out in BYU's favor.
Yeah.
But if you're on that, especially if you're on that 6-seed line, look, there's a lot of these 3 seeds BYU can definitely go out and beat on a given day. Iowa State is one of them. Obviously, they won't be matched up with Iowa State, but Iowa State's at probably a 3 seed right now. Gonzaga's in that firmly in the 3 seed column right there. Nebraska's in the 3 seed spot. Purdue, who's been reeling, they might even eventually drop down to a 4. How bad they've been playing as of recent, but BYU can really beat any of those teams. And Chase, call me crazy, on neutral court, I think BYU might be favored against a couple of those teams.
They were favored tonight against Texas Tech, and we all thought it was pretty crazy. It depends on like the trends going into it, but yeah, I think you're right. I'll tell you this, and we've said it a bunch. Like I think BYU could beat legitimately anyone on any given night. That's how good AJ and Rob are. They would need the help also, and the stars would have to align. But yeah, I think Elite 8's the ceiling.
Let me ask you a question.
Please.
How would you feel about BYU playing in the 6-11 game, BYU versus Miami of Ohio?
I would rejoice. I would love it. Who on that team, if you combined 2 players into one massive giant of a person, could even come close to guarding AJ DeMasta? No offense to Miami, Ohio. It's been awesome, but I would be very happy with that matchup.
I would be too. I'm not gonna lie. I love Miami, Ohio. I was having a blast. It was so weird, like watching Miami of Ohio versus Ohio the other night. I'm sitting there, Miami of Ohio's the ranked team, the undefeated team. Ohio's trying to just pick them off. The whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm rooting for Miami of Ohio. You have to. Everybody's rooting for Miami of Ohio at this point. And I'm watching the game. I go, oh man, I'd love BYU to play this team. It just would match up so perfectly for them. But the scary part, like BYU would probably be like a 12-point favorite against them.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Could I see BYU losing that game? Yes, of course. I've seen BYU do crap for weeks now.
I could see BYU losing to Tennessee State.
Yes, exactly. I'm just saying, and what both of you are saying, the matchup is unbelievably favorable for BYU. I mean, almost dreamlike to see some of the athleticism and strength and size advantage that BYU would have.
I tweeted this one out earlier, and Alex Beach put it in the chat as well. He said, I'd love a BYU Kentucky 7-10 matchup, saying, like, let's say we lose a disastrous game in Kansas State, and so then they say, oh, you're an 8 seed now all of a sudden, but we can't be in the 8-9 game for any of these teams. So then they drop us to the 10 for the Sunday rule, and they're just like, you know what? We're just going to do a makeshift 7-10 matchup, BYU, Kentucky, Mark Pope. Because you think about a team like Louisville, it's not that crazy because a team like Louisville last year, going into the tournament, they were like a 5 seed on everybody's bracketology, and then they were playing in the 8-9 game all of a sudden. So the committee can do weird things.
Yeah, true. I mean, maybe they just really buy into the post Richie Saunders BYU team as their thing, and that team definitely deserves closer to a 10 seed, for sure. So we'll see what happens. But them versus Kentucky would be awesome.
I love this take from Blend Beast. BYU without Richie could lose to Delaware, but I trust the NBA turning on in the postseason vibe from KY.
Yeah, he's like, hey man, when I had Kevin Durant, man, that dude wouldn't give a crap until it was May, man.
He's like, man, we were playing the
legs, man.
We were playing the Charlotte Hornets. No one cares. Now everyone cares.
Now everyone cares. Now everyone's got to watch out for those buzz.
Brutal loss. I'm coming for you, Phoenix, tomorrow or today, whatever it is now. I don't know. It's so late.
It's your birthday, though. Hey, everyone, it's Carter's birthday. Let's get a happy birthday in the chat real quick. This guy, look at him. He's got this glow about him. Hey, you get two really good wins for your birthday eve. Past midnight now. Happy birthday, buddy. Pretty sure I'm the first one to say that. So I'll go ahead and take that and run with it. Let's see, I got a good one here. Adam says, do you want Kostic to stay in the starting lineup and have Boop still get the majority of the minutes like tonight unless Kostic is hot?
I don't mind it either way at this point. We talked about Boop should be in the starting lineup off the bench. I don't really care. Run with the hot hand and go matchup dependent and figure it out as the game comes along. I don't really think it matters who starts at this point.
Yeah, it's a lame answer, but matchup dependent. If
we've seen it. Like Boop started against Cincinnati, if I remember correctly, and didn't matter at all.
Yeah, exactly. And I think KY's kind of learned that he'll go with whatever's working at the end of the game. So
thank you, Rob Wright. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Rob Wright heard, and he's like, I'm gonna slap the floor and play his defense possession for Kada.
I texted you, man. I was slapping the floor.
Yeah, I mean,
me, Dame Sarr, Rob Wright.
Carter's getting down in a defensive stance. I mean, that butt was almost touching the ground.
And
then he says, Adam again, do you want Boop as a starter next year?
This is such a good question.
A lot of it, it's so lame to say it depends, because you never knew who they're going to get in the portal.
Yeah, but I think it really. I'll go here. I think it just really depends on who your two guard is, and your starting five going into next year. Because I'll say it right here, right now, and everyone's said it in the chat. Everyone's thinking it, and let's just not beat around the bush. Abdul Ahmed cannot be the starting center next season for BYU. I understand maybe a full offseason will help, and it's tough to join a team midseason and everything. I'm fine if he comes off the bench as a off the bench five. If you want to compete for a national title, I don't think he can be your starting five next year.
I totally agree. I hate to say it. I want to support, but we have eyes, and we got to be honest here. He cannot be the starting center. He can't play backup right now. BYU was obviously so much better without him tonight. So,
and once again, I would like a night like tonight is super matchup dependent because Texas Tech is much smaller. They want to spread you out way more, and that's a game he just cannot play. But in a game like Arizona, I'm okay with him playing, these minutes and everything. But basically going into next season, if you told me, hey, it's I don't know if this is the case or not, but if you told me, hey, it's either Xavion or Abdul Ahmed, I'm taking Xavion.
Yeah, what was ironic about tonight is BYU went big. I mean, a Boop Kaba front court's like pretty big.
Yeah, but
that's because they could hang with those guards. Well, listen,
exactly.
The question is about Boop starting next season. If we got again a 2-guard and then a center that offered offense, then yes, I'd love for Boop to be the starter and to be like that Energizer bunny from right off the gate. But you can't afford 2 non-offensive guys in a lineup, in my opinion. And unless Boop goes through in modern basketball. So unless Boop has like a massive offensive renaissance in the offseason, I wouldn't count it out. I still like his shooting form. And I think if they just, get him in the lab, finishing around the rim, catching balls from Rob Wright, then maybe he could be that guy. But if not, he'll be the 6th man, and it'll be awesome because maybe that's just his role.
Can I push my transfer portal propaganda?
Please.
I don't know how many times I've said it on this pod, or if I even have. If anybody's listening out there, Juke Harris, let's get this guy in the portal. Let's get him to leave Wake Forest, and I would love to see him in a BYU uniform next season.
Yeah, let's get Crumble on the phone. Nutricos, let's do some tampering, fellas. Let's do some good ethical tampering.
I'm sure not a lot of you guys were locked into Wake Forest Cal like I was today. He had 31 and 15. This guy,
jeez,
6'7" 2 guard. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, he's gonna make so much money in this offseason, but good for him. Anyhow, back to the chat. Opinion on Xavion playing next year. Is he gonna get serious minutes? Great question.
My gut says yes. It says yes. I think he was brought here for a reason. He was always going to be a multi-year guy, obviously, and I think he sticks around. And I think it's a lot of development in the offseason for him. Obviously, redshirting for a reason. I think he gets legit minutes, not as a starter probably, but I think he's the backup center and he holds it down, and we start to see some good things from X.
Totally agree. Nothing more to add. And Adam J. Kelly saying Juke Harris might go to the NBA. Shh. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Don't tell Juke that.
Yeah, don't tell Juke.
AJ's not even going to the NBA.
He might not know. He might not know. But Chase, I'll let you get back to the chats for a second. I need to do some research on something.
Yeah, no problem. Bled here asked a good question. Can we make a 6-man rotation work for the tourney, or do we need 7 or 8? If so,
yeah. Big 12 tourney? No, it will not work. That will get when you're playing back-to-back days like that and 5 games in 5 days. No way. That ain't happening. But the NCAA tournament, yeah, you can run 6, 7, max 8. I mean, heck, Duke won a title playing 7 dudes.
I think that's ideal. I know that we have this like sample from last season where they just went so deep. They played like 11 guys, and it was like, wow, like look at all these lineups. That's just such an anomaly, and we're seeing it now. It's 7 is the ideal lineup. Rob and AJ should never go out. And Boop can start whoever. Costa's just getting rotated in there. Kaba obviously starting. Moo starting. Like that. That's good enough. That's good enough. So I think it does work because, look, man, I think the tournament's a now or nothing. And so everyone goes all in. And yes, coach, I will play 40 minutes. AJ and Ralph's been saying it for a month now. So it's a good question, though. A good question. And it's so obvious that BYU is better when they just do their 6th or 7th best guys. Let's see here. Jack says Karter looks at Wake Forest players the way I look at triple dippers. He's not wrong. You love some ACC basketball.
The CW's just got me by the chokehold, man. I mean, I love the CW basketball. It feels like every time I turn on a CW game, it's a close game.
The CW has been blessed, even in college football too. They've just got some like gems every week. It seems like. Jack, this is hilarious. I'm not going to read it. Let's see here. Saved by They says BYU versus Duke in the tourney. Who do you cheer for, Karter?
This question gets asked every year at this point, and I want it very clear. Is my Wi-Fi working? I don't know. Is it like, am I freezing?
Yeah, no, you're fine. Go.
I thought it'd be a good joke. No, I cheer for BYU. I went to BYU alum, grew up a Duke fan my entire life, from North Carolina and everything. But where you go to school matters more than what you rooted for as a kid and everything, in my opinion. So I would root for BYU, no doubt about it.
Yeah. Also, you've got enough as a Duke fan. Like, you got plenty. I'm not saying you don't want or root for more, but it's like, I'll let BYU have this one, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd feel like it like in that way. I went to school at BYU.
You generally root for BYU. You generally like BYU a little bit better.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I'm slapping the floor for a Texas Tech game.
Yeah. No.
You're
right. You're right. No, I believe you.
It's about to be like 3 a.m. here. I'm up doing a Texas Tech BYU pod.
On your birthday, no less.
Stop that.
This guy's birthday is daylight savings. That sucks.
I'm doing it for all the golfers out there, man.
You're not responsible for daylight savings. You know that, right? Just because it's your birthday.
I'm taking one for the team,
Did they start daylight savings when you were born? Is that what this is?
How would I know?
What are we doing?
I only know what's happened since the day I was born.
Jack says, "Get Juke into a Book of Mormon class. Guarantee you he'll stay."
I did some
his
research
favorite
on
class.
Juke Harris draft positions. The highest I saw him was 39 on draft boards. I do think he'll end up moving up, though, into the late first round. I still don't think he leaves, though. You're going to make more money in college basketball. And next year's draft is very weak.
Very weak. He could be a legit top 5 guy if he stayed. Easily. All right. Adam with some not so nice words about Tyler Morris. We will not be entertaining those.
I want this clear. Carter's birthday is also International Women's Day. Huge respect from Jack in the chat. Because huge respect for me, dude. Yeah,
shout out to you,
I'm
Carter,
willing
for
to
doing that. It's actually really
I'm
cool.
out here. You see, it's not about me, Chase. It's about the women of the International and the daylight savings. I'm saving people, man.
No, I'm gonna need you.
I'm looking out for the golfers, the farmers, and the women. What are you doing on your birthday?
I'm usually golfing middle of May.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
It's a good time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to see you.
It was great.
I'm gonna need to see you recreate the LeBron with like Genie Bus, and he's got the ladies. He's like, first of all, happy International Women's Day, and they're all over him. I'm gonna
do it with like a Little Caesar's pizza on one side and a cookout tray on the other.
The KFC chizza.
Oh my gosh. Anyhow,
that's hilarious.
Does Christian Anderson stay or go? Great question. I think he stays because, once again, if you're a late first, if you're not in the lottery of this draft right now, I think it's a no-brainer. You come back to college, come back, and you will. If you're in the 20s of this draft, you're almost a lock next year to be in the lottery.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you're worried about your NBA clock, then maybe, and your agent's like screaming at you. But if you're like, just stay. Go in next class.
From Jackson in the chat, golfers and woman, my two favorite things. I like how he's used woman, not women.
Well, man, only one woman.
Only
Those
one.
Two favorite things. Jack says, Carter, chill, bro. My wife listens to this pod.
What can I say?
And Bled was thinking what I'm thinking. Shout out. Blend Beast, I'm low-key relieved we don't have to play Utah for a third time in the first round.
Chase.
You and me both.
We were texting about this one, Chase. I did. We were like, especially with the effort BYU was showing recently, we go, oh my gosh, a Tuesday noon tip-off. BYU, Utah. We already beat them twice. Kind of got away with one in Salt Lake City. I'm not going to lie. I don't want anything to do with the third time. I'm just glad the season. Hey, BYU swept Utah. We will not be seeing them anymore this season.
Yeah. So did the women. Happy International Women's Day. Women went 3-0 versus Utah. Shout them out. They played them in the Big 12 tourney, smoked them.
Mm-hmm.
So no, but to Bunsby's points, yeah, we would have lost to Utah if we played them in the Big 12 tournament. I am so glad we don't have to do that. So glad. Jackson's married. That's why he said woman. Love it, dude.
Oh, I know. No, that was a
Good
great
stuff.
save by him.
No, it was exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
no, we were shouting out. Clever.
Yeah.
It was good
and now
stuff.
we're making it clear in case his wife's listening. In fact, I'm sure she's a really big fan of the show.
Once again, we've done this song and dance before. Our female audience is way higher than one would expect.
Yeah, you'd be shocked.
I'm still skeptical though, Chase.
Listen,
I still see it when I go back and I look at the audience percentages and everything, and I see the YouTube numbers. I see, okay, X percentage of our listeners are female. And I know a certain number of those female listeners are people that the lady's phone is connected to the car Bluetooth, and it's like, hey, can you turn on the church ball guys? And
yeah.
So then it pops up as that demographic. But
I mean, what
for any women listening to this podcast, thank you. Happy International Women's Day.
What would you expect? This guy, Karter and International Women's Day are the same day. They coincide.
I know, man.
They are one. So yes, we have a massive female audience. We're grateful for you. thank you for showing up.
Thank you.
Happy International Women's Day. All right.
Gosh.
Evan says,
Can I ask a question?
Please.
Before we get into that, save that comment. Save that because I want to get into that as well.
Save it. Save it.
Is it kind of a problem that International Women's Day is only 23 hours?
They put it
the one day we're only doing 23 hours.
They're like, huh? we need to celebrate females, but we also need to change the time. I think it's just perfect. We go ahead and cut this one short.
It's very funny that the most convenient day of the year for golfers is only 20. All right, let's move on. Let's go to the Kozlowski comment.
Woo. Oh, man. Evan says, does Kozlowski have a role on this team next season? Shout out Wizard of Koz. Rooting for him.
I would rooting for him too. I would love to say I have an answer for this one, but none of us know unless they're in practice every day and everything. But with the injuries and everything, I don't know because I don't know if he can shoot. I don't know if he can how well he's moving post injuries or anything like that. It's a lame answer. I don't know. I'm rooting for him, but also I think it's going to be kind of tough for him to crack that rotation next year with the guys coming in, and you got Branch coming in who's kind of because Kozlowski's probably playing that 3-ish role, and you got Dean coming in as well. Like it's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. I mean, I maybe he goes to 4. I don't know. I've said this a bunch of times on the pod. So if you're a regular, you'll know I've said this. If you're new, which I'm assuming there's some new people in here, we're going to pop in live today. Did a little bit of like freelance, covered AF high school hoops. I watched Kozlowski drop 45 in a state quarter or semifinal. I mean, the game was so easy to him, and he would just hit every turnaround jumper in the world. I know high school's a little bit different, but that dude's outrageously talented. It was a big loss when Pope didn't get him, and then it was a big win when he, obviously the USC had to switch up and he came committed to KY. I just want to see him one season, Karter. Then we can have like a real opinion on him,
Yeah.
So,
I also wonder, like, too, it's like either way, I would be happy for him if he stayed or if he went somewhere else, because I mean, if he can figure out a role and carve himself out a role in next year's team, great. I love it. Like I'm all here. I'm here for it. If he was healthy this year, let's be honest, man, he's getting time this year. We would have gotten to see something out of him for sure. If he goes off to another school and gets more playing time, great. That's probably what he actually needs. Is he needs to be getting some reps on the court and staying healthy. So either way, I don't think either way is a really bad situation for him. Good player.
Rooting for him always. And Adam says Kozlowski can shoot 100%. And hey, that's what BYU needs right now. So maybe he turns into that guy for them.
I'm going through the Kevin Young press conference right now. They asked him about the court storming, and he said, "Our crowd is absolutely second to none. Just happy for our guys to pull out a hard-fought win against a good team on senior night."
Can we talk? Should we talk court storming real quick?
So when Carolina court stormed against Duke a month ago, twice, I was not for it, because if you're a blue blood, you don't court storm. I don't care. The other teams court storm against you. That's how it goes. Carolina, Kansas, Kentucky, Duke. You don't court storm. I mean, BYU, like you beat a higher ranked team a couple weeks ago.
That's the thing.
It wasn't like, I wasn't for the court storm. I know it's a lame old man take or whatever, but court storm should have to mean something. And also, like,
here's the thing, though.
My
counterpoint to your UNC one, it's UNC Duke, blood like feud rival, like the biggest game of the year. They were down like 15 or something. Like they had a massive comeback, and it was a corner 3 at the buzzer. Like,
okay, you're forgetting one major part of this.
Yeah,
it is North Carolina. Imagine if BYU beat Utah on a buzzer beater and BYU stormed the floor.
If Utah was ranked the number 2 team in the country, Yes, there would be a court storming.
Okay, so you're saying BYU 15 in the country and Utah 2. You think BYU should still storm the court?
Yes, I think so.
Not
a buzzer beating 3. And Mike Green would have said 3 bangs.
Nah, if you're a blue blood, you don't storm. You don't see Kansas storming courts. You don't see Duke storming courts.
They're always favored. But UNC was not favored. No one gave them a chance. They were down by 15 plus. I don't even like UNC. I'm a Duke guy. But I think if you hit a buzzer beating corner 3, man, like what else do you want? What other scenario? You're saying they never can do it? It's Duke.
Yeah. The overall answer is, I'll be 100% honest with you, Chase. I also just really don't care. If they do or don't, it really doesn't bother me one way or the other that much. Once again, blue bloods don't storm. Everybody else kind of don't care if they storm or not.
All right. I think that's fair. I mean, you got to draw the line somewhere. We have some really good comments, though. My thing, too, that you mentioned is when we beat Iowa State, who was ranked, was it 4 at the time? Maybe it was 6, but they had been slotted as a 1 seed when the committee met. So it was like, this is one of the best 4 teams in the country. BYU didn't flinch. Beat them. No one moved a muscle. I don't know if anyone even thought about court storming. And honestly, that right there is aura, dude. Like when you're like, well, just another Tuesday, man. But Jazzy makes a good comment, and he said it here earlier. The court storm was less about Texas Tech and more about celebrating this year's players, including AJ. He says we had a lame take. I'm not going to take offense to that, Jazzy.
I'll take offense to it. I'm so mad.
It's Carter's birthday, Jazzy. I can't believe you just said that to him. Gosh. Well, if that's the case, if it was for the players and they enjoyed it, then I'm all for it.
Yeah.
It was a little weak, though, I'll say. Because half the students did it. It wasn't a full on. I mean, people were probably confused. I didn't think it was going to happen, but it did. And it's fine. Yeah. If the players enjoyed it, I'm all for it. All right. That's enough court storming talk. There was a good comment I really wanted to get to. Come on.
Jared McGregor was at the press conference.
Oh, shout out to him.
It was McGregor, Rob Wright, AJ, and it looked like Bosco? No, Kada. The camera zoomed in. I couldn't see. So Kada, Bosco. I'm surprised they didn't throw AJ there as well.
Oh, crap. Carter, they stormed the court for your birthday. Dude,
okay, now I'm pissed off.
Adam, he knows.
So I'm not a blue blood?
And International Women's Day.
Now we're talking. Okay, I'm cool with that.
All right, it makes sense.
All right, storm the court. You better storm the court.
Every day, for every International Women's Day. Jack, I'm not reading that crap. Get that crap out of my lab. Okay, I really want to get this comment. I can't even find it. Here it is. Preston says, is Moo hitting the portal, or do you think he stays? Would you want him to stay? Adam asked earlier, does this game change your opinion on Moo being on the team next season?
If we get a consistent run of these games to close the year, absolutely it does.
I agree. He's very impactful, very important. The problem is he does this once every 2 months.
Yeah, exactly. It's cool if 1 in 7 games. That's great. That's awesome. Let's see it to close it in the biggest time of the year right now. There's no point for off nights and everything. You can have one little stinker against Houston in the Big 12 tournament. Other than that, it's got to be full go. I need to see 1,000% effort like I saw tonight against Texas Tech. And we'll see, but I think all this stuff is so fluid. It can change so fast, man, with the portal and everything. Where, look, if you ask me, if I had to take a guess right now, if Moo Davis is back on the team next year, I would lean towards he's not. He's going to hit the portal next year. But with that being said, hey, man, there's still a potential for a lot of basketball games left. Or BYU makes a little nice Big 12 tournament run. You see a nice little Sweet 16 run. Buying in and everyone's playing well together and there's the chemistry's kind of back with this team. They got their swagger going on. Then we're talking. Or the flip side of it, say they crash out against Kansas State and stink it up in the first round of the NCAA tournament, it can all change very fast.
Well said. I always thought that Moo was going to leave, and I thought it was going to be him making that decision instead of like BYU. I thought it was pretty obvious, honestly, getting into conference play, that he just wasn't comfortable with his role on the team. He wanted more shots. He probably wanted more offensive involvement. But because of the Richie Saunders injury and the Dawson Baker injury, he's been forced to have more offensive involvement. Again, it's probably not as much as he is used to, like at Southern Illinois. Maybe it's not as much as he would like in the future. But I'm wondering if maybe he sees next season and the reconstruction of the roster as a chance to step into a more prominent offensive role.
Yeah.
I don't think that's in the best interest of BYU. That's all I'll say. We'll see what happens, though. But it's something that they gotta figure out.
Things move all the time. Let's just keep seeing these kind of performances, man. I'm not ready to talk portal stuff. We're gonna have a long time to talk about portal stuff in April and May and all that. I don't want to do portal.
Jack says, if Moo hits the portal, what the heck am I supposed to do with my cow suit? Jack, trash the cow suit. All right, if he leaves. But no, keep the cow suit.
Save it for one day a year. Doesn't Chick-fil-A do free
Chick-fil-A
sandwiches?
does their giveaway? Yeah.
Just save
get the free Chick-fil-A. Yeah,
get your money out of it. Now, like 4 or 5 years down the line, once you've made the money to pay for the cow suit through Chick-fil-A free sandwiches, so you get the return on your investment.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then
it's all about ROI. I bet he didn't even think about ROI when he bought the cow suit.
He's not. Well, and has Jack thought about renting out the cow suit to other people on Chick-fil-A Day to chase that kind of passive income?
Has he thought about like making like a coin out of it or like an NFT? Like he could be selling this stuff. We could all be investing in the cow suit.
Wait. No. I'm thinking here. Now I got a crazy idea, Chase.
I mean, listen.
Does Jack want to make more than his dad in one summer?
Does he want a hoverboard? Because we know a place.
We could go on a little 2-day cruise to Mexico.
You want to drive a Tesla at this time next year, buddy? It's a lease. But no, Jack, you have an awesome opportunity next season for an even better costume.
I hope enough people get those jokes. Some people are going to be lost.
If you're lost, it's okay.
People are going to be an hour 20 of this podcast being like, making more than his dad in one summer. What are we talking?
Summer sales, folks. We're making fun of the summer sales, bros.
People got in the chat. We're good.
Jack, you have an elite opportunity for a new costume here, and I'm telling everyone right now, that costume and the nickname of this player is top tier, and that is Batman. Bruce Branch. We will be calling that kid Batman all of next season. It's not something that I just made up. Go look at his Instagram. His profile picture is literally Lego Batman. His name is Bruce. He has bought into the Batman nickname already. I'm telling you, it would go crazy hard. Imagine Jack walking into the Marriott Center dressed like the Dark Knight.
I need that really bad. I need that. Yeah, Jack, you guys start saving up for a Batman costume.
None of this skimpy stuff. We want like a good costume.
We might need to get sponsors to pay for this Batman costume.
Well, if he has a good, summer, I know he's been like, it's been a slow quarter from him. We're trying to up like the motivation and stuff. We've had like the pool party the other day. I think he really clicked with the team. I think he can get the Batman costume. I think
Jack's all in.
Make it. I told him this at Chili's the other day, so he already had a little head start.
I'm sure.
I want everyone else to know. We're calling Bruce Batman. Go ahead.
Adam Kelly said who on the team would do numbers and door-to-door sales. Great question. This is the kind of stuff I want to talk about now. We're 24. We've talked about this team long enough.
Yeah. The answer right now is Richie Saunders, just because everyone would know him, be like, yes, I will buy it. But if it's like take out the basketball, like none of these guys are like famous. Jared McGregor? Like, doesn't he just seem like the type of guy?
Yeah, I think you're just thinking as Provo Sales Pro as possible.
Yeah.
But
What do you
I'm
think?
trying to think of more charismatic.
Who's the best salesman?
Who's
I mean,
got, like,
J-Mac
the most
likes to talk.
I mean, I feel like AJ has the most personality on the team, right?
I mean, he's got a great personality. But is he a salesman?
I don't know if anybody. I don't think anybody would be great on door-to-door sales. You know, I'm
Could
gonna
Vito do
motivate.
it?
I'm gonna motivate this team. You guys would all stink at door-to-door sales. They're like, no, you know what? We can't do door-to-door sales.
Yeah, you're lucky you're a basketball player. You couldn't cut it out. You couldn't make it in this business.
People say Xavion is actually the answer. That's a great call.
That's true. Very nice guy. Very easy to just say yes to. Elite comment.
Who is saying no if Kaba knocks on your door? I don't know. I'd have to see the numbers first.
I have to see the numbers.
Let me talk to my wife.
Yeah, man. I don't actually have my wallet on me.
Here we go. Cam Rising.
Camp Rising. Because he scammed Utah.
All right, give us one more out of the box question to get out of here, and then we'll wrap up this podcast.
Yeah.
Chase and I got a Big 12 tournament preview to record right after this. That'll be up for you. That'll be up for you tomorrow afternoon.
Carter's got a birthday cake to eat. Gotta celebrate.
Do I, or do I have college basketball to talk about?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, it's 3:22 in the morning right now. We got more college.
Your clock switched officially.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
3:22. Holy cow! Daylight savings. I'm excited for the sunlight though.
Talking about Boop when he came in, he was just clapping, getting the crowd riled up. That we've been needing that all year. He brings that energy, and I just love seeing that because these dudes. Sometimes I get annoyed when I watch. I've gotten frustrated with a lot of the games at the Marriott Center this year because I feel like some of these players also weren't taking advantage of how wild this crowd wants to go and weren't taking the chance to get this crowd pumped up and get the energy going at times.
Yeah, stuff's big. And the stuff in Boop does always cracks me up too. Like he refuses to let go of jump balls. Like he's like, I will not be the last one on this. Like this is mine.
I'm going to rephrase this question from Adam Kelly. He says, will you want to see the Purple Jazz court in Kansas City? I think a better question would be, would I rather see the XII Big 12 atrocity court or the Purple Jazz court? The answer is I'd rather see a carpet church gym. How about that? I mean, both of those courts are awful. Probably the Jazz court. I hate that Big 12 court. Obviously, I saw they fixed it. They got bullied into it. Good for them.
I just can't believe that they're like, we have this really cool technology where we can put whatever we want on this court. And they were like, let's just put this insanely awful design on that everyone hated last year.
All right, 2 more questions, and we'll get out of here. Adam Kelly said, would you rather have Scott Foster or Tony Padilla ref BYU's NCAA tournament game against Miami of Ohio? Give me Tony Padilla. Ew.
Scott Foster got away with cheating and gambling. Him and Tim Donahue were like buddies, best friends. You know that? You watched the 30 for 30?
It's hour 30 of this podcast, Chase. We're not getting into NBA ref scandals.
Give me Padilla.
BYU did do numbers on that purple court. Good point.
True.
Great point.
True.
Jackson said, if you had to survive on Taco Bell for the rest of your life and spend your time with Kevin Hart or eat Wendy's the rest of your life and spend it with, okay.
With Adam Sandler.
What? Okay. Oh, okay. Spend your time with Kevin Hart
it's a like, would you rather question.
Okay. Let me rephrase that for people listening so I don't sound like I've never read before in my life. If you had to survive, basically Taco Bell and Kevin Hart for the rest of your life, or Wendy's and Adam Sandler for the rest of your life?
You can't go wrong, right? I mean, with the guys at least. I'd rather Wendy's or Taco Bell, you're getting screwed.
I'd rather have Taco Bell, but I'd much rather have Adam Sandler. Give me Adam Sandler and Wendy's.
You'd rather have Adam Sandler than Kevin Hart, so that's what's doing it for you.
Oh, it's not even close.
Why is that?
I don't think Kevin Hart's that funny.
Oh, all right then.
And also,
I think he's pretty fun.
I'd love to play some pickup basketball with Adam Sandler. Sue me.
True. That's a good point. I think.
No, Jackson, it's not your poor grammar. I should be able to read better. I do. I'm talking on podcasts
Jackson,
all the time.
Dude, yeah, the pronunciation was all the punctuation was all over the place, man.
No, it's not. No, it's me. I got to be better. I think we play in a carpet church gym, man. I think that's the key for the Big 12 tournament.
That'd be awesome. I mean, church ball, right? For the record, I'm also choosing Adam Sandler and Wendy's strictly because, I mean, I'd be on the toilet 24/7 if I ate Taco Bell every single day. At least Wendy's has a little bit more variety.
Or you just build up a beautiful tolerance.
I would call it beautiful, but you probably build up a tolerance. We got to end this. We're end with this. One Line Lemon asks, are we going to do a group bracket March Madness challenge thing for the church ball? And the answer is absolutely yes. We did one last year. Awesome.
Details have not been worked out yet. We will have that for you. Obviously, once the bracket is closer and everything, we'll have that part of it back on. We'll have that on Friday. How about that?
BYU on Friday.
By Friday.
But absolutely, we will have a little bracket group here, and we hope you all join, and we'll have maybe we'll have a little something for the winner. Maybe.
Yep. So we'll get that figured out, and we'll have that come to you next week. Dude, Chase, we have a bracket 1 week from today.
Yeah. 1 week from International Women's Day, we'll have a bracket.
That's the way I thought of it too.
It's special.
Yeah. Anyhow, all right. Well, we went long enough. It's 3:30 in the morning, Chase.
You guys are sickos for hanging with us.
Yeah, you guys are the best. I mean, shout out the chat. Thank you guys for sticking with us all season. I mean, you guys are hanging with us in the late nights. We're doing hour-long pods after BYU Cincinnati. What was there to talk about from that game, Chase? Absolutely freaking nothing. So thank you guys for hopping in the chat. Love you guys. Make sure to follow. Make sure to subscribe at Church Ball Pod on everything, at Chase_Rogers0, at Karter B8. We'll be doing a bunch of conference tournament stuff on CarterCast as well. We'll have a Big 12 tournament preview on there. We'll talk about the BYU Kansas State game on a preview pod as well on here. That'll all be out tomorrow and Monday and everything. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to follow on all social medias once again. Subscribe to the Field of 68 Podcast Network YouTube channel. And if you're a Bracketology fan, we'll be doing bracket shows Monday and Friday next week, 5 p.m. live on the Field of 68 After Dark YouTube channel. So tune in. We'll see y'all next time. Thank you guys for the happy birthdays, by the way, too. Thank you, and happy